Make sure to stay until the end. If you make one simple mistake when you install the new plugs, it can destroy your engine. Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a dot charger. If you have a dot charger and you want to guys see how to replace spark plugs, common mistake people make, you want to check spark plug gap and torque specs, stay with us. All that will be covered in this video today. We'll explain one common mistake that if you do it, if you install the spark plug the wrong way, it can practically slowly destroy your engine, and we will explain how to avoid that as well. Before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make guys at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. On that dot charger we'll have even more. Why we do that? Because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need guys in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these free videos, absolutely free. And if you guys need to buy any parts, tools for your dot charger or any car, you want to get them at a good price and quick shipping, you want to save money, check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tool supplies from, and we'll share where you can find even additional things. So what do we have here specifically now? You can see we're going to pull that upper engine cover. It attaches with 4 rubber bushings. You just grab it with your hands guys and you just pull it straight out. It attaches right here to those posts, okay, you can see, and one here and here as well. So now we need to remove that intake hose. Needs to come out. 8mm socket, we pre-loosen that clamp. Now right here, okay, there is one more. Towards the throttle body. That sensor is for the intake air temperature sensor, disconnected. Right here there is one rubber bushing that needs to come out. You pull it out, it comes like that. That intake hose is out. Next, let's see what else we have. Quite a few things. So if you look guys, we need to disconnect, okay, we need to disconnect these cables, okay, to make sure that they're not holding there. Perfect. And we just dropped our tool. So what do we need to do next? Right here, that's the throttle body. You need to disconnect, we need to disconnect the wires. So we'll go ahead, push the connector in to release the pressure. That red thing needs to come to the back. Grab only for the plastic part, do not pull on the wires ever, because you can pull them out of the connector. So you can see, press here and disconnect it. Right there now we have one, okay, clip that came out. You can see just like that, and there is one more that's supposed to attach right here, but it came loose. Next, that's the map sensor. So same thing, red thing needs to come back, press down, disconnect. Came out. One hose. This is for the purge control valve. Let's pry it up. Okay, we pry that hose up, it comes out. This is a brake line, the brake booster hose, vacuum hose. We disconnect that one. Now this hose, you can disconnect it either from the intake manifold or the PCV valve. We recently removed the PCV valve, so it will be easy there. Right here, okay, we have one more connector. One second, let me go ahead and get that. Right there, okay, you grab that thing, you come like that, came out, perfect. Here, 10mm guys, 10mm, we're going to remove that nut. So that's pretty easy, don't drop it. We'll explain how we can easily destroy your engine, okay, when you work on that part. So that will be stuck here. But if you come towards the bottom now, towards the back, excuse me, there is one more nut. 2 nuts. So we remove both of them. That's great. Right there, towards the bottom, there is back one bolt. That's hard for me to show you. But we need to get a 13mm wrench, okay, and that bolt we'll need to pre-loose. It's a nut. Okay, we pre-loosen the nut. Now, if we pre-loosen it a little bit more, it goes by hand at that point. Let's see if it will be enough for us. Okay, for the thing to come out, or it does not, or we'll need to just go ahead and remove it all the way. Let's check. So I'm removing it now. I think it's a stud. Okay, it's working. Hope we can clear enough space. Perfect, that's it. We came out, we grab that thing. That mount, it has a cable on it, we can just flop it there on the side. Now, what else we have? Let's investigate here. We need to go ahead and we have 10mm here, 2 nuts that hold the intake manifold to these metal brackets. Perfect, we're almost out with those. Careful not to drop the nut, it's a little bit of a limited room, but you should be able to do it easily. Great. Next, we go on the other side. A little more there as well. That's great. Next, what do we have here, guys? Okay, we need to disconnect a few more things and remove a few more bolts. We need to start in a cross pattern. Let's start from the inside going towards the outside, kind of like an X pattern. That's how you're supposed to remove it, so you don't actually, guys, okay, you don't cause any wrapping. Nothing will be like will be uneven, because those are plastic intake manifolds and you can damage them. So there is a specific stance. Okay, so we start from the inside in a cross pattern and go towards the outside. Perfect. Let's see where another one is. Not there. Okay, right there. Yep. Keep going. Right there. Perfect. Now we have one more. Let's see if we removed all of them. If everything is loose, now we can grab that intake manifold. Okay, it needs to come towards this side because we have 2 metal brackets there. So lift it on the left and pull it out. Okay, and upper intake manifold came out. Common mistake people make here now, they don't replace the gasket, and every time you remove it, it's recommended to replace these gaskets. They're super easy to replace and they're not expensive at all. If you don't, you can develop vacuum leaks. The engine will start getting extra air, it may not even start, it may be revving up, unstable, idle. It can cause lean codes, give you codes for bad oxygen sensors, and that later can actually lead to bad catalytic converters as well. Another thing, make sure you don't drop anything. You drop something here, you're going to destroy your engine, guys, because you will start it, it will go to the valves, maybe bend the valve, from there it can get in the cylinders and destroy your piston, engine box, cylinder head, and the whole engine will be shot. So make sure that you don't drop anything, guys, okay, inside. So I'll recommend, if you're working on it, just cover it here. Now that foam piece was supposed to be here, okay, some of you will have it, some will not. We just bought it to replace it because it wasn't on that dot charger, but you will see where it will be. So that's how we remove the upper intake manifold. So we'll just cover it like that to make sure that nothing gets there and we don't drop anything, but still be extremely careful. So we have the intake manifold removed here, as you can see, guys. Once it's out, you can see you can access those 3 spark plugs and ignition coils you could have accessed before. Now you can access these 3. This is for cylinder number 2, 4 and 6 respectively. So we'll demonstrate how to do only one spark plug, the other ones are exactly the same. First, in order to get to the spark plug, you need to remove ignition coil. How will you do that? You grab that connector and you push it in to release the pressure of the weather seal, and then go ahead, pull that red connector, okay, red pin out. Okay, it came out. Now grab here, press down and pull back. Okay, and peel my skin off on that. 10mm socket, we remove 1 bolt, right? Bolt's coming out. Now, the ignition coil, you grab it, it might be tight because it goes on top of the spark plugs, and you have a seal here that prevents moisture, humidity, water, oil, anything like that to get in the coil, because that will affect this, how the spark plug works. We're going to get a socket now. We're getting, guys, okay, this is specifically 5/8 socket, and with that socket, we're going to go over the spark plug. It needs to be a spark plug socket, the one that has the seal, because when it has the seal, actually it will catch the spark plug, you will be able to pull it out, and later you will be able to install it. There is one mistake people always make, and I'll explain about that as we go. When you install the spark plug, if you drop it, you will mess up the gap. That can cause quite a bit of troubles, misfires, and slowly destroying your engine, because if you think, guys, if it causes misfire and that cylinder doesn't work, that extra fuel will end up in the exhaust. It can burn the catalytic converters. Also, it can wash the oil off the cylinder wall if it's not burning correctly, and that can cause wear to the cylinder. We had a case like that in the past, where the compression on that cylinder specifically was 50% lower than the rest. Now, our wrench, actually the seal is worn from using it so much, so you can use the ignition coil to grab the plug. You can see just like that. This is, guys, the spark plug. Now, let's go ahead, and talk about gap and torque specs now. What about the gap, guys? The gap needs to be 0.043 inches or 1.1 millimeters, 1.1 or 0.043 inches on that specific 3.6 model. Always check for your specific year, make, model to make sure that it meets those requirements. Right here we have the gauge. Let's go ahead, test it right on the spot. Perfect. Now we need to go ahead, and get it on and get the torque specs now. So we get a new plug, we install it. If you need to buy replacement plugs for a good price and quick shipping, we're going to share the link in the description of the video below. Check it out, guys. So you can see that's where we're working now. We're just getting it hand tied. Make sure the gap, you didn't drop the spark plug because I will damage the gap. We have the wrench set at 18 Newton meters for our specific model, or 13 foot-pound. Once you hear the click, stop immediately. That's it right there, just don't go more. Once you hear the click, immediately stop, guys. So hopefully the video will be helpful to any of you needing help with that. Thank you for watching and see you next time.